Um, I want to talk about something that is urgent. Uh, it's an epidemic. Is drug overdoses. Okay. I have family members, I'm sure many of you do too, where they're on drugs and goes on for years and years. Sometimes they're in and out of jail and such, and you're worried sick about them all the time. There's a drug that they came out with years ago, I guess, is called Vivitrol. And once, a person on drugs goes to jail or whatever and they dry out for a little bit, they can get on this program where they get these Vivitrol shots once a month because they're very expensive, but they can get into a program instead of going to prison for, the drug problem and getting in trouble with it and going to jail and all that. Instead of going to prison, they're giving them this drug that blocks the, where they don't relapse back into the drug or alcohol. Alcohol is one of the things as well that this drug will stop them from doing, but they would have to dry out a little bit first in order to be able to take the drug. And, the system, you can get a judge to court order it, but also with it comes, if they were to go back and do any drugs while they're on the Vivitrol, they run the risk of dying. So there is that risk, but from what I'm gathering, relatives or a relative that is on the Vivitrol that has had a drug problem for years and years and years is doing really well. And there's others out there that have taken the Vivitrol and they're doing really well and they're off the drugs. They have to be in the program basically for a year. So once a month for a year they would get the Vivitrol, and they're staying off the drugs, they're staying out of trouble, they're taking claim of their lives and responsibilities and such. So this is an urgent message out there for people that have family members and friends and whoever that are on drugs. Please spread this information to try to help people, because I'm just saying this from deep inside my heart that I know, I got relatives. I'm trying to reach one of them, which, with these people on drugs and stuff, they tend to disappear and then reappear or in and out jail or whatever. But anyway, I'm trying to spread the news about this drug, and people need to get on it, because I just had news today of another overdose of somebody that, I'm always hearing about overdoses through friends and family of friends and family, okay? It's an epidemic more than anything, is the drug problems, the cancer, all this shit, and they're not addressing that problem. They want to focus on some bullshit in the system, and I'm tired of the lies. I'm tired of them distracting everybody from the truth and everything. Families are not supposed to be broken up. This is not the norm. People on drugs and dying of drug overdoses, all this shit that we're going through and living in, these foods and garbage that we're consuming, everything is designed to harm you, and everything is just a lie. And so if you know somebody on drugs and alcohol or whatever that's had a lot of problems and worrying their family and everything else, you need to start checking into something, because people get desperate on what do you do. People are overdosing and dying left and right. Okay, I'm going to spell this word Vivitrol, Vivitrol. Research it. Get a hold of whoever you need to get a hold of to get your family member, friend, whoever on this stuff. But of course they have to dry out a bit first. So if they're in jail right now, you could help them so they don't go to prison. They can get on this and actually live, fairly normal and think straight without them running off and trying to, wreak havoc doing the drugs and the stealing and whatever the hell they might be doing. Okay, you can help your family member. There's parents and people out there left and right losing their adult children or children to drug overdoses and such. And this does not have to be. And, wow, you know, because it's an epidemic, really bad. And this system, this medical industry, are the biggest drug pushers of all, with their commercials of their garbage-ass drugs that have the bad side effects and everything. And people are just putting too much faith in man and, you know, relying on these doctors, putting too much faith in them when they will not do anything natural, you know. Everything they do is far from natural. They will not even do anything simple and natural, and they claim to be experts and professionals and everything else, but this is all a lie. They're trying to sell you the you know, so much of this garbage, but you know, once in a while they might have a drug that might work for something, you know, here and there. And so, you know, this Vivitrol, I'm telling you by first-hand experience of a relative that it's helping really well so far, and I'm just very grateful that my close relative is getting the help they need, and that they're finally, after all these years of heartache and worrying, is finally, you know, living better and off those drugs and stuff. Of course, it took them jail time and almost going to prison because they're on their, you know, final straws with the courts and all this shit, but it's amazing, and I have to share this information because there's parents and people out there that are very desperate to find something to help their relatives or friends and family, whoever. Okay, so do what you can to try to help people, and that's what I'm trying to do too, and that's the only reason that's why I'm making this video, because it is helping people. That drug is helping people, so please, because so many people think there's nothing, they don't know what to do, and you do get to that point where you do not know what to do. Anyway, I just wanted to share this information, and I'm sorry another person is lost, you know, got lost, you know, OD'd, and it's happening constantly, so time is of the essence. We got to do something to help people, and especially with stuff like this. This is not right. We're not supposed to be living this way. All the ways that they want us to live in this shit beast system that is a failed, broken system, out of control of, you know. All right, thank you.